Hi peeps, it's been a while since I've been on here. It's Nicole with Soulful Sounds, and I'm coming on here today in my truest, purest form, zero makeup, hair in a bun, because I want to talk about self-love. And I think if I'm going to talk about self-love, I can come to you in my purest form and be comfortable in my skin here too. Um, why do I want to talk about self-love today? Well, it's the time of the year, right? The time of the year is everyone's back in the gym and we're buying all the diets, exercises. Our New Year's resolution is to lose weight, get fit, be ready for summer. Um, and I want to say that I'm going to do some of those things because, yeah, I probably had a little bit too much fun over the holidays, enjoyed a little bit too many of those cakes and cookies, and have put on a couple of pounds. So I am going to spend some time getting back into my body or getting fit into my body, more so because it's healthy and it's the right choice for me. Um, I am significantly overweight according to the doctors, and my goal is literally just 10 pounds because I'm pretty comfortable in my skin and it's okay to be a little thick. I'm fine with that. Um, and in addition to it being the right time of the year to have a conversation about self-love, I've also have accumulated a few naysayers of my own. And so I wanted to come on here and address it appropriately with all of you, because this is something I think that as we're going through our own healing process and we start coming out as ourselves and being more authentic as ourselves, we have these issues that we have to that are going to show up. They're just going to, people are going to be there to try to bring you down as you are healing and growing and stepping more into your authentic self. And so I've had someone who recently, a few weeks back, let me know that they thought that I was pretty stuck on myself. Says every video that I do, quote end quote. And I had to reflect on that. Because I don't think that I am very stuck on myself at all. And when that's criticism, although it was supposed to be pretty constructive, didn't feel very energetically, didn't feel very constructive. It didn't feel like it was trying to lift me in any direction. And that's what good criticism, constructive criticism, people who are there to try to help you and critique you, to build you up, to elevate you, to raise you to the next level, that the criticism will feel like, oh, this is for my best interest, this is for my higher self. Not always is truth gonna feel great, but you'll know the feeling of where it comes from, that they wanted to help you. And then there's just people out there who just want you to feel bad, right? And tell you that you're obviously not humble and very stuck on yourself. And that, I don't think, was to make me feel good or elevate me or to help me grow. I think it really was just to try to bring me back down or put me in my place. So I thank that person. Thank you very much if you're watching this, for that criticism, because it did give me a lot of time to reflect on myself, and it gave me a lot of time to really be thankful for my journey and my healing. Because, like I said, when I was younger, I grew up dirt poor in a very small town. Look, that's not a good combination. It's probably not a good combination just to be dirt poor in a bigger city either, but you have more people who are afflicted with poverty, and so your tribe might be a little bigger than if you are inflicted with poverty in a small town. And so I didn't have very nice things growing up, and I lived in a very challenging environment in addition to that. So I was highly in fight or flight just because of all the emotional bombs that were going off. So not only did I grow up poor, and I didn't have a whole lot of money for clothes that fit, so sometimes my clothes were a little too tight, and especially in middle school, that got to where other kids would start sharing with me how they thought I was a whore and that I got around because of the clothes that I would wear, simply just because my body was growing and I didn't have the resources to clothe myself in a way that accommodated my new curvy body. So I got a lot of negative comments, and the smile wasn't always this straight. I had really bad fangs here and here, and I had a second row of teeth, and I was very self-conscious about that. And people, kids, they're not always so nice. So they would let me know. They would point it out every chance they got. So I had very, very little self-esteem. Couldn't afford extras like normal haircuts, so I had stringy, long hair, tight clothes, gappy teeth. Didn't have a whole lot of money for food either, so I was very thin and straggly and tall. So I looked like olive oil. It was awful. And just emotionally in that fight or flight, in that complete state of stress, I'm sure I didn't give off a whole lot of happy, fun vibes either. So I'm not saying it's the whole town was awful. It was just a tough time in my life, and I had a lot of scars to go through with that. Not different than anyone else. I'm sure no one gets out of childhood without scars. Nobody. So we all have this healing that we need to do, and this is part of my healing. So I had very low self-esteem growing up based on the resources I had and the surroundings and my environment. Very, very low self-esteem. And that carried into my 20s and 30s, honestly. I really struggled trying to find my way, find my tribe, figure out where I fit in, and even in points to this day, in my 40s, I still sometimes wonder, if I fit in, because it's such an ingrained limited belief. So these are things that I struggle with, and so 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't be on a video talking about my stuff, sharing my growth, sharing my journey. I wouldn't have done any of that stuff. And so thank you for recognizing that I'm out here doing that. And thank you for your criticism while I'm out here stepping into my authentic self and being more of who I really am in the world. And ladies, gentlemen, you are not selfish if you have self-love. You are not stuck on yourself or conceited if you love yourself. That's not a thing. Self-love is not something to be embarrassed by. It is not something to be ashamed by, and nor is it anything to be humiliated by. So when you start going out there and opening up your blossoms and showing yourself, there's going to be some people out there who are going to have some things that they probably should keep to themselves. Don't let that distract you. Keep going. Keep going. We're all here doing our shit, doing our work. And we're going to have some criticisms from people who are still doing their work and want to push their judgments onto us. And we don't have to accept them. So through this time that we're all going into, and all these commercials are on telling us about how we need to be this size by summertime in order to be fit, to feel like part of the crowd or to fit in or be ourselves, I'm going to invite you not to listen to that today. Step into yourself. Be authentic. Live with your heart wide open, and don't worry about what other people think about that. For the same reasons that people will look at you and say that you're stuck on yourself, others will say, I admire you for your strength. So go out there, be strong, be you, and love yourself. Do your work. And if there's any way that I can help you with your journey, on your path, with some of the work that I do, please reach out. You can follow me on Soulful Sounds on Facebook. You can follow Soulful Sounds on Instagram. I work in Canton and Alliance, so you can see me either at Rising Sun Holistic Choices or at Healthy Heart, Healthy Pleasures. I'm around. I'm here to help. And I just want to share that I've been through the trenches. I understand what it's like to have to do this work, and I understand the criticisms that come with it. And we're all here trying to grow, and there's some way that you need to be expressed. There's something calling to you to be more authentic with yourself, to be more brave, to be more daring, to step just a little bit further. And if there's some way that I can help you with that, please reach out. God bless. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Much love to you.